Few names evoke as much nostalgia and affection as Jimmy Clitheroe in the history of British entertainment. A diminutive figure with an outsized talent, Jimmy's comedic genius transcended generations, making him a household name and a beloved figure to many. But behind the laughter and the iconic schoolboy cap lay a complex individual whose life was marked by soaring highs and tragic lows. Join us as we delve into the life and legacy of Jimmy Clitheroe. Early life and rise to fame. Born December 24, 1921 in Clitheroe, Lancashire, James Robinson Clitheroe, better known as Jimmy Clitheroe, was destined to leave a mark on the world of entertainment. From a young age, it was evident he wasn't like other children. His growth was stunted due to a glandular condition, which meant he never grew taller than 4 feet 3 inches. But what he lacked in height, he more than made up for with his larger-than-life personality. Growing up in the quaint town of Clitheroe, Jimmy's childhood was filled with the simple joys of the early 20th century. Despite facing health challenges, young Jimmy was known for his infectious laughter, quick wit, and an ability to entertain those around him. Recognizing his potential, his family encouraged him to pursue a career in entertainment, leading him to join a traveling circus and variety show. Here, he honed his skills, learning the nuances of performance and stage presence. While the traveling circus provided Jimmy with invaluable experience, it was radio that catapulted him to nationwide fame. In the 50s, he landed the role that defined his career, the Clitheroe Kid. This radio comedy, which aired on the BBC, showcased Jimmy's unique comedic style. His portrayal of a mischievous schoolboy, despite being in his 30s at the time, was both convincing and hilarious, earning him legions of fans. With the success of the show, his career trajectory was set. He became a household name, with invitations to perform across the country. His performances were not limited to radio. He graced the stages of theater, appeared on television shows, and even ventured into films. His diminutive stature, combined with his comedic timing, made him a unique and unforgettable figure in entertainment. But his health condition often became a topic of public curiosity, and he had to navigate the pressures of fame while managing personal health challenges. The height of his career. At a time when radio was the primary source of entertainment for many households, Jimmy Clitheroe's voice became one of the most recognizable and cherished across the UK. The zenith of his career was marked by widespread acclaim, a demanding schedule, and an ever-growing fan base. The Clitheroe Kid wasn't just a radio show, it was a phenomenon. Airing for over 15 years, with almost 300 episodes, it was one of the longest-running comedy programs on the BBC. The show's format, revolving around Jimmy's antics as a mischievous schoolboy, resonated with listeners, making it a staple in many households. His catchphrase, "Don't some mothers have 'em," became iconic, further embedding him in the cultural fabric of the time. He made appearances on various television shows of the time, bringing his unique brand of comedy to the small screen. His transition to film, though limited, showcased his versatility as an actor. In movies like Raising the Wind and Jetstorm, he held his own alongside established actors. His fame made him a sought-after figure for guest appearances and collaborations. He graced various variety shows, sharing the stage with some of the biggest names in entertainment at the time. These collaborations not only expanded his reach, but also showcased his ability to adapt and shine in different formats and settings. The entertainment industry took notice of Jimmy's unparalleled contributions to comedy. He received numerous awards and accolades, further solidifying his status as a comedic genius. Personal life and struggles. Behind the laughter and the spotlight, Jimmy's personal life was a tapestry of highs and lows. He was close with his family, especially his mother. Their bond was particularly strong, given the health challenges he faced from a young age. His family was his anchor, providing him with the support and grounding he needed amidst the whirlwind of his professional life. Jimmy's small stature, the result of a glandular condition, was a defining aspect of his life. While it became an integral part of his onstage persona, offstage, it was a source of personal challenges. He faced health issues and the societal perceptions that came with looking different. But with his indomitable spirit, he turned what many might consider a disadvantage into one of his most distinctive assets. In the world of entertainment, Genuine friendships can be hard to come by. Yet Jimmy was known to have formed deep bonds with some of his contemporaries. These relationships were his refuge, providing him with moments of respite from the demands of his career. While much of his personal life remained private, it's known he valued these connections deeply, leaning on them during tough times. Jimmy's later years were marked by personal losses, including the passing of his beloved mother. These events deeply affected him, leading to bouts of depression. His untimely death, deemed an accident, was a tragic end to a life that brought joy to so many. The day of the tragedy. On June 6, 1973, Jimmy Clitheroe, the beloved comedian, was found dead in his home, a discovery that sent shockwaves through the UK. News of his death spread rapidly. Fans, fellow entertainers, and media struggled to come to terms with the sudden loss. Radio stations and television channels interrupted their regular programming to announce the tragic news, and tributes began pouring in. The nation was in collective mourning, grappling with the loss of a figure who had been a staple in their lives for decades. The circumstances of his death were shrouded in mystery and speculation. He was found by his housekeeper, and initial reports suggested an accidental overdose of sleeping pills. While there was no indication of foul play, the suddenness of his passing led to various theories and rumors. The fact that he had been grappling with depression, especially after the loss of his mother, added another layer of complexity to the narrative. In the days following the discovery, Jimmy's home became a hub for media personnel. Reporters, photographers, and television crews camped outside, trying to piece together the events of that fateful day. Interviews with neighbors, friends, and acquaintances painted a picture of a man who, despite his fame, had his share of struggles. Jimmy's funeral was a somber affair, attended by family, close friends, and several figures from the entertainment industry. Fans from all over the country traveled to pay their respects, laying flowers and cards outside his home. The outpouring of grief was a testament to the impact Jimmy had on the lives of so many. In the weeks and months that followed, retrospectives of his work aired on radio and television, celebrating the life and legacy of a true comedic genius. Jimmy's untimely passing left a void in entertainment, but his legacy continues to resonate. His comedic style was distinctive. At a time when comedy was evolving, he carved a niche for himself with his mischievous schoolboy persona. His ability to connect with both young and old audiences set him apart. Future comedians have often cited him as an influence, recognizing his pioneering contributions to the genre. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of Jimmy Clitheroe? Let us know in the comments section below.